What is a spell? You'll find all sorts of interpretations on this, most are borderline incoherent. Ineffability, the irreducible force present within The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Tolkien wrote in a letter, number 131, he didn't want the magic of Middle-earth to act as technique or mechanism. It was a mythopoetic narrative. Magic is not a tool that scales with effort or knowledge, it is an expression natural to the world and order. The secrets of the world do not negotiate. While crossing Caradhras, Gandalf is forced to create fire for warmth. He says he has revealed himself clearly to anyone who can read such signs. How so? We don't know. Perhaps in a way that even those who can see do not understand. Like an intuition. Maybe it's one of those if you have to ask it's not meant for you sort of things. The other extreme, entirely mechanistic. This is best represented in Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series, where it literally operates as physics, cost, waste, falsifiable principles. This style is probably becoming more common in the modern era, and it is normally terribly executed. Sanderson is the exception, because authors tend to want a paradox, a coherent system which defies any need to explain itself, which is just laziness. Magic in Harry Potter isn't just nonsensical because it's magic. It is nonsensical because you cannot both ask things to appear from nowhere without cost nor causation, and yet claim it as a system so precise you can literally grade upon it, as at Hogwarts. If magic is infinite, requires little effort, and can afford most basic needs, then why are the Weasleys poor? Contract law. A spell is a hyper-specific entity which controls named elements to exacting degree. Dungeons & Dragons does this. Notice how this spell, Arcane Lock, defines exactly what the target can be. This is actually more akin to magic in some ancient mythos. In the old world, they had to be accountable. These myths helped explain the world. The point was to not be stochastic and vague. In ancient Egypt, the spells within the Book of the Dead are basically algorithmic. In ancient China, the afterlife is not some state beyond all reasoning. It is a bureaucracy, where each person's life and deeds is absolutely accounted for down to the peppercorn in literal paper records. Because that means no deed, good nor bad, will be forgotten. Justice prevails. Marvel's interpretation of Doctor Strange is shockingly original and refreshing, especially for Marvel, which leads simplistic
for obvious reasons.
In No Way Home, Tom Holland keeps asking Doctor Strange to add more and more conditions to a spell, which he does, changing the energy signature. Ultimately, it corrupts. And the remainder of the movie is dealing with this corrupted spell. For in their universe, a spell is a living, breathing thing, to break reality and remake it. If you want to be very technical, phrase it as
a stateful system with compounding dependencies, where each additional constraint introduces failure modes which can themselves interact and cascade.
Follow and send this to a nerd.